guys, Rachel here, the Modern Shaman. Thanks for being back with me for another YouTube Q&A video of the week. You can send in video questions if you haven't already. Make sure you go to my website, themodernshaman.net, type in your question for these videos and send it to me. So if you're interested in doing that, I would love to hear from you. Also, if you're new to the channel, I always invite you to go to that website. Again, it's themodernshaman.net. I have a host of resources there, really just to help you get connected wherever you are on your spiritual journey and this soul's journey to ascending and wisdom and growing on this earth. If I may be of any sort of assistance to you as far as a teacher, a reader, an encourager, all of those resources are available on my website. Again, that's themodernshaman.net. Also, I have been announcing each week, if you've been with me for a while, you know this already, on April 14th, I am hosting a body and soul retrieval ceremony here in my home, and it's going to be a beautiful time. I'm really excited about this one because I've been doing soul retrievals for many, many years and that ceremony, but this is a group ceremony and we're adding in the dynamic of trauma stored within the body. And I am partnering with a good friend of mine and fellow practitioner who does biodecoding and kind of giving a voice and expression to the language of the body that's stored within the body. So it's going to be a very powerful, profound time of healing for the body and the soul. So I hope you'll join us. If you're interested in that, just message me and I will send you further information about how you can register for that event. All right, let's get on to the question this week. It says, "Hi Rachel, my question may seem kind of strange, but I'm just wondering why everything in the world is so competitive. How do we hold a spiritual practice amidst a society where everyone has to be the best?" Y'all have really good questions. Okay, I'm like, I'm sitting with the energy of that. I totally see that. You know, I look at kids nowadays and things that I was doing. And some of that is just, it seems like it's natural selection of evolution, right? We just get better and better and better at the things that we're doing. But man, one of the things is that I don't know if y'all know this, but I used to be a cheerleader in college. That was part of why I got anyways, I had a scholarship to go to college, and that was what I did in terms of athletics. And I participated in that at a collegiate level. And my daughter now, who's 10, is like doing things I was doing in college. I mean, it's just the level of ability in the kids. And I mean, same, I ran track and I look at people running now and the times that they're capable of doing. And I'm like, man, the human body is phenomenal, how it just continues to evolve. And even as a mom, right? Where there is this culture of like birthday parties are like perfect. I literally went to a Christmas party in Christmas a few months back. And there was a lady there that I met, and everyone was supposed to bring something, you know. It was sort of a potluck, and we were supposed to bring different desserts or things, and she brought cookies, and these cookies were immaculate. Like, they looked store-bought, and she's like, yeah, I have a screen printer, and I screen print on the image, and then I have all these different sized icing caps, and I draw on other pictures. It was phenomenal works of art, these cookies. And I was like, do you do this for a living? She's like, no, I mean, I'm a mom, but I just do this whenever I have to go to my kids' things and they need cookies brought. And I'm like, the level of like ability, I mean, something as simple as that, right? Or you see what people are posting on Facebook and you're like, wow, it's not just like one aspect of our lives that we're expected to be competitively the best at. It's all aspects. And I think this is part of what has brought on such predominant use of anxiety meds, because we are overwhelming our neurological, our emotional, and our nervous system. We're really like overwhelming our systems with the expectations and the requirements that we are energetically putting on ourselves. So we're requiring so much more of our form. I mean, and this, again, this is part of growth and evolutionary process, right? There is part of it that just naturally happens, but I understand your question deeply. I think everyone here that's having a human experience at this profound time in history where we are on such huge paradigm shifts and really just trampolining ourselves in terms of technology, information, and the growth that we are capable of, even our neurological system, right? How fast and how quickly our brain is able to process information as opposed to before. Like, I don't know if you've ever done this, but if you've ever watched like classic movies or older movies, even from like the 80s, you watch movies from the 90s, they are so much slower than movies today. And our attention span and our processing can't really handle it anymore. Our system, the system of our brain and the processing speed is moving so much faster. And I think this is why we have a dominant culture with what's being titled ADD, right? Or attention deficit disorder, is that our attention spans, as well as our neurological processing system, is moving so much faster. And we have to keep up. But it's a lot. And our nervous system is not always able to handle that voltage of energy, of how quickly it's moving through, and the current of that energetic charge moving through our systems, because it is literally a system. And these are neurons firing, right? They're an electrical charge moving through the body. Our emotions are an electrical charge. It's all a system. So sometimes we overwhelm the system. To answer your question, I think how to hold the spiritual perspective of it is to remember the point of it all. Why are you here on this earth? Why did you come to this planet? Get to your core central belief system, whatever that may be, and ask yourself those pivotal questions. Am I here to learn and evolve and grow on this soul journey? And this is soul development, right? These are the deeper aspects of having to go through hard times so that we learn, having to experience life in all its facets so that we develop a reactionary sense of growth to that. That is fundamental to kind of understanding. When you understand the reasons why we go through what we go through, even if it's just to give me growth, to help me understand wisdom. Every single person that is living a life has a particular curriculum written for their life that's specific to them, and they're not the same as everyone else's. You came here to grow in a particular way that's unique to you, to shine and to learn particular lessons that are unique to you. So remembering that kind of core piece of whatever I'm going through, whatever presents itself in front of me right now, is part of what I am supposed to be learning. That's it, right? Giving yourself that perspective is helpful to maintain that kind of spiritual awareness amidst all of the changes and what's required of you and the demand of perfectionism on your life. If you are feeling like that is being demanded of you or is feeling overwhelming, then there is a practice that you are supposed to be learning right now that has to do with a lesson of patience, of peace amidst the storm, of how to maintain calm and a balanced energy between the input and the output of a human experience. So many of us are learning this balance of dualities, right? Of the higher and the lower aspects to ourselves, of how much we are capable of truly recognizing what we are supposed to be sending out and what we are supposed to be receiving. All of these kind of aspects of balance are part of the lesson of this human experience, because while we're on earth, we're in this dualistic yin and yang, positive and negative, good and bad, light and dark experience. I think also taking a spiritual perspective to it is to learn that in those times of feeling inundated, to remind yourself that it is all for a reason to grow. And when you see something, learn from it. Don't just see it and know that it's there. Glean the lesson from it. So if you're finding that you are repeating old patterns, or that things are always overwhelming, this is always happening to me, and I feel like I'm constantly in this rat race of perfection, then there is a piece of you that needs to look at that sense of acceptance, right? A sense of truth, a sense of taking a step back, maybe detoxing from whatever it is that's causing that overwhelming sensation or experience, and setting a boundary with it, giving a sense of push here as you pull yourself inward. This is that balance I was talking about, right? With the yin and the yang, and how we're all kind of learning that same larger meta lesson of balance. So whatever it may be, maybe take a step back from social media, take a step back from magazines, TV, all of these things that are kind of making you feel this sense of pressure, of competitiveness, of being in the best of the best, to remind you of yourself. And let the things come forward from you that feel like they are uniquely you, that you are really good at. And it doesn't mean that I'm competitive with this, or you know what I mean? I'm at this level with it. It just means that it's so true for you. Whether it is reading, whether it's sitting outside under the stars at night and gazing, things that feel absolutely true and aligned with you. Sometimes we need to kind of detox from the things that don't feel like us, or like they're inundating us with the outside energy, in order to bring forward this inner sense of self. And that's what essentially you're seeking. This is a beautiful spiritual balance, and we're doing it all the time. It's a seesaw, it's a scale that we're working on until we get that right sense of equilibrium. And it may take us many, many lifetimes. And there is no shame in that. There is no sense of someone counting and giving pressure to your timeline. Your time, your lesson, and your curriculum is perfect and unique for you. So you will live the life you are meant to live. You will experience the difficulties you are meant to experience. And you will grow in areas that you're willing to reflect and evolve and change your evolutionary pattern beyond. So I hope that was encouraging to you. Stay the course. I'm going to sign off here. I will be back with you guys next week with another video. Blessings.